What's going on, guys? It's your boy Darth Eternal here with the latest Star Wars news. But before we do get into that, remember, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Also, go check out my last video as it was a good one, so give it a thumbs up as you watch. Let's start today's show because we have some big news today. Welcome back, guys. So, one of the TV shows that I'm super excited for Star Wars to be coming out is The Skeleton Crew. And like The Mandalorian, it's its own spin-off, and it will be set post Return of the Jedi era. The show will focus on the story of a ship lost in space and the journey of 4 children aboard it trying to find their way home. The series creator Jon Watts has also been keen to point out that with The Skeleton Crew, we'll have the children in their lead roles. It is not a kid's show. This could perhaps draw a parallel to Netflix's breakout Stranger Things, which is pretty cool. I actually like that. And will include slightly fewer, kind of like Eldritch horrors. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Skeleton Crew is actually getting backed up pretty well and actually receiving $136 million to produce it. While that number is already high, I mean, any number in the millions is high for me. It's made all the more interesting, when it's compared to the figures for the first season of The Mandalorian. And The Skeleton Crew, like The Acolyte, is one of the only few projects in the works that doesn't have a direct tie to other major Star Wars media, which is super cool. Now, we know that Andor is connected to Rogue One and potentially indirectly to Rebels. The Bad Batch is also a Clone Wars, spin-off, we know that. And Obi-Wan Kenobi was connected to, well, just about everything. But that is the difference with this, in this writer's opinion, obviously, is that The Skeleton Crew is its own story. And that's kind of what I'm enjoying about it, and what I like is that it's different. It has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. And I think it's about time that Star Wars receives their own Stranger Things, with something being kind of creepy like that, having its own thing. I actually enjoy that. Now, while The Mandalorian has spawned, into a universe of its own and has become deeply entangled into a wider Star Wars, pantheon, it began as just a single man, character. And I think that this show can really exceed and go forward. Now, we know that Din was a nameless, faceless protagonist on a sort of monster of the week adventure, which I really enjoy. The Mandalorian story, season 1 and 2, and can't wait for season 3 as it's gonna hit so hard. But The Skeleton Crew, I think, is really, really cool. I think the fact that it's about these kids that end up, losing their ship and now are on this mission, on this exploration in space, a galaxy far, far away, I find it really interesting. And I'm hoping, to be honest with you, one of them is Force sensitive. I'm really dying for that, because it kind of gives me, if you guys remember in The Last Jedi, I know not everybody's a sequel fan, and that's okay, but kind of reminds me of like Broom Boy. I'm hoping I get a story like that, because it can explain to see some characters that are just Force sensitive and don't wield the lightsaber and just are out in space, lost, trying to find their way home, or just trying to make their way around the galaxy. And who knows, maybe they run into a crew like the Bad Batch, and Omega, an older Omega, helps them out. And I would love to see that. I know they're saying that it's not going to have any ties to anything that we know of, but it would be interesting to see that in live action, as we know how Omega is with her kind-heartedness and loves to help out. And I think that if these kids were to run into the Bad Batch, they'd fall in the right hands, and who knows, maybe they have a couple missions together. Who knows? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to talk about this because, again, it just got released that they are getting backed up and they are getting the support more than The Mandalorian. And I think that it's pretty cool. I think that it's really good. I think, again, the fact that it's its own story, I'm on board for the show, and I feel like it's gonna be a sleeper, and I think it's gonna hit really hard. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know, and stay tuned as I have another video out tomorrow. And I will be going live today later on my other channel, so go check that out at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern time. Not really sure yet, but stay tuned. It's called The Eternal Sith live streams on YouTube. So go check that out, and if you haven't, go give it a subscribe, guys, as you watch it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Later.